That should be working now. Alright, we get altimeter over to this. Zero. Come to this side. Zip that up. Just to the cord, just like right here. Alright, good job, bud. Thank you. Fuel pump is off. And Jacksonville traffic, yellow experimental Eagle 5 Bravo, taxiing on runway 14, Cherokee County. Well, today, probably just be flying the boys in the pattern if everything goes well, and we will see.
Hey guys, it's John again. Doing a little voiceover here because my audio wasn't all that great on this day. Guilty admission right off the bat here, guys. I made a huge mistake today. Big Idiot Award goes to me. I actually didn't put my harness on, my shoulder harnesses, excuse me, and there is a reason for it. Number one, safety is always my number one thing, and there is no excuse for this. I'm not, making light of this. This is not something I'm proud of, but it's a learning experience. I wore a GoPro chest mount. This is the second time I've worn it, and when I put my seatbelt on, I looked down and I felt my GoPro chest mount, and I instantly thought I had my harness, my shoulder harnesses on, and they were not. Big mistake. Will not make that mistake again, but it's a learning experience, and I wanted to be honest about it. I could have just edited it out or whatever, but you know what? The mistakes are part of it. For starters, you guys are seeing this new view, not really a new view, but I'm taking both of the footage I have, both of the cameras I have, and I'm putting it into one screen. I'm going to give that a try on a video or two, see how it works out, see if people like it. I don't really get a lot of comments on my videos, but if you want to comment and tell me what you think about this new format, let me know. I always have two cameras going, so it makes sense to have both of them on there somehow. I do move the camera when I go to land. Obviously, I realize it's kind of in the way, but yeah. So one of the reasons I'm doing a voiceover in this one is because I was recently doing crow hops, trying to get my faith back in the engine. As you know, if you've watched my videos already, I had an engine out a few weeks ago, and I am in the period of trying to get back comfortable with the airplane. I want to know this airplane better than I've known anything ever in my entire life. In the next video, you'll see how I actually do put my kids in and, fly them in the pattern. Just so I can build up my confidence in it and kind of go from there with it. But, it's weird because I thought for sure by now I would be doing long trips in the airplane. But the engine out, definitely, it kind of reeled me back in. I was a fish at the end of the line, and the engine going out was kind of like pulled me to the boat. It was like, wait a minute, before you go out and you get crazy, you need to know more about this engine. You need to know more about the flight characteristics. You know, despite my last video, this is not an aircraft that is hard, you know, hard in quotations to fly. What I'm trying to say is that this is a less forgiving airplane. Obviously, it flies just like any other airplane. You know, you pull back, it goes up, and vice versa. But what I was trying to say in that last video was that adjustments are larger in the Challenger. So, you know, sometimes when you're taking off, you get a wing that just gets slammed, and you have to make a very large adjustment with the stick. And then on top of that large adjustment, as the plane makes the adjustment, you have to then bring the stick back to counter that adjustment. So again, this is not hard airplane to fly. It's just an airplane that requires a little more thought. You know, I think it makes better pilots. That's, for me, that's without a doubt. Anyways, staying in the pattern here, and this is pretty much the moment that I realized I was going to do a flyby. You see I'm doing 75 on the ground, and all of a sudden when you look at this, I look down, and oh my goodness, my shoulder straps are not on. I noticed it because I hit a little bit of turbulence there, and I felt like I kind of went left and right a little more than I normally would. So I instantly pulled the power out and got her on the ground. And again, I'm not trying to make light of the situation, not trying to be funny about the situation. It's very serious, but again, it's a learning experience, and I am huge on safety. For me, safety is just number one, always. And I'm super disappointed in myself right here. Even I'm realizing what had happened, and the reality is very frustrating to me, but I know that, like anything else, I just have to chalk it up and as a learning experience and move on. So I got it back on and decided to go back up. My buddy Ray over there in his Kit Fox, he had a friend of his in his airplane, and they were going to fly and pick up their airplane somewhere else. So I decided to get back out in the pattern and get back at it, as though it had flown really good. I still had a problem where when I was pulling the throttle all the way back, it felt like it wanted to die. And but you know, I'm kind of getting used to the two-stroke way, you know, where it kind of always has that like it wants to die in the low RPMs. You know, normally it sits at anywhere from 2,000 to 2,200 RPMs, but sometimes if you abruptly pull it back, it will actually go down to 1,600. So I decided to get back out here on the second run, and you know, here I'm doing a little bit of a power. I usually take it up to about 5,000 RPMs once it's already been running. My run up, which I did the first time, you know, I go to 4,000 and I do my mag drop, and then I run the power and make sure the EGT and CHTs are where they need to be before I take off. So here they're already back up to where they need to be. I'm comfortable with them, and get back up there again. This time I'm going to be overflying the airport a little bit, staying over the runway, and you'll see that Ray takes off in his Kit Fox and leaves town, and I just continue to do my flight and continue getting used to the engine and building the trust back, putting the airplane in the tree of trust so that we have this mutual bond again. So we're flying as one, and I'm getting there. Flying it is not a problem. I can fly this airplane every day of the week. I can fly it for hours every day. It's the trust, you know. I'm just building trust. And you ever have a job where they send you one of those corny retreats and you have to, you know, close your eyes and fall backwards, and you have to trust your coworkers to catch you? That's what I'm doing with Old Yeller here. I am building trust and just making sure that we're on the same page. You see a little bit, actually, look at the back of my airplane there. You see a little bit of fuel down there. We had taken the carbs off, the bowls off and stuff, so there's a little bit of drainage down there. You know, stuff like that I notice, you know, all the time. And I guess with two strokes, that's just par for the course. But just something I wanted to point out. I knew that was there. That was not something that was not known by me. But yeah, so here you see me. I'm debating on trimming it, but I have some issues with the trim. Maybe some Challenger people can chime in, but I'm always scared to trim while I'm flying, and I don't know why. I trim a little bit, but I'm like, man, maybe big adjustments aren't actually a good idea. So I don't know. If you're a Challenger person, please chime in. Yeah, and this is my final landing of the day. Or not of the day, excuse me, of this video. After I land here, I start loading up the boys. I start with my older son, Jonah's 15, and then I end up flying Justice. He's 13, but you will see that in the next video because this has already gone on too long, and I figure we'll just sit here and watch this landing. I don't remember if this is a good one or not. Well, I mean, actually, that's not true. They're all pretty much like this, but I've had a few where I've banged them in. But anyways, enjoy the new outro my younger son made.